I am so happy that you're here for our Fibro Freedom Formula Masterclass. We're going to discover the three-step system that helps women reduce fibromyalgia flares, fatigue, and foggy brain so they can spend quality time with their family and pursue their passions. Before we start, let's make sure your sound is turned on, that you have a piece of paper handy and a pen. What I'm about to share with you will change the way you think about fibromyalgia. Now, have you ever noticed some people can enjoy endless hours with family and friends and never be bothered by pain and fatigue? Or they eat anything they want and enjoy every bite without painful and debilitating side effects. They go to their children's sporting events. They sit on hard bleachers and yet have no pain the next day. And was there a time when you went about your daily activities with no pain or had enough energy to freely pursue your passions? When your thinking was clear and sharp? Well, this is for you if you're a woman suffering with fibromyalgia for at least 2 years, if you have followed your doctor's advice and haven't gotten the relief that you're looking for, you want to get your life back and enjoy quality time with your family. So this wheel may look out of place, but I am going to explain its purpose in just a moment, so hang in there. My promise to you is simple. I will show you the simple 3-step system that will help you reduce fibromyalgia flares, increase energy, and bring greater mental clarity in as little as 30 days without medication. So you can have the energy that will allow you to be the mother and the wife you desire to be. Have less pain, which will allow you to spend quality time with the people you love, allowing you to once again focus on things that are important to you, having more clarity and less brain fog. So if you'll hang in there with me to the very end, I have a very valuable gift I'd like to give you. Can you relate? Are there days that you're simply consumed by pain? Does it seem like you are imprisoned by fatigue and brain fog? Have there been times you felt so bad you couldn't get out of bed in the morning? Are you afraid people think you're lazy or people think you're crazy? That you won't be able to care for your family any longer, or that your children will have to take care of you, or you'll never get your health back again? Have you tried multiple doctors, been on multiple medications like antidepressants, Cymbalta and Savella, anti-seizure medicines like Lyrica, or various vitamins and nutritional supplements? Every home remedy people have recommended? Does it seem like you've absolutely tried everything possible and it doesn't help? It's not your fault. The real problem, modern medicine uses fibromyalgia as a label for symptoms they simply can't otherwise explain. Here's why I say that. Fibromyalgia is a syndrome, a set of symptoms that can have many different causes. Effective treatment is like peeling away the layers of an onion so you can expose the hidden issues. Fibromyalgia symptoms can be complex. Muscle, abdomen, back and neck pain, fatigue, muscle tenderness or muscle spasms, constipation, anxiety, mood swings or nervousness, forgetfulness or lack of concentration, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, depression, headaches, irritability, joint stiffness, painful sensitivity to cold or tingling feet. Well, these symptoms take serious detective work, which takes time and patience. That's why the medical community treats only symptoms. Treating only the symptom is like waking up in the middle of the night to a blaring fire alarm and addressing it by covering the fire alarm with a blanket instead of looking for the fire. The good news, I've figured out a simpler way to solve this problem, and I'll walk you through it in this training. The key to your success is the Fibromyalgia Freedom Formula. We call it the Fibro Freedom Formula for short. With this, you can wake every morning with less pain. You can have more energy. You can have greater clarity of thought. And the best part of all, it's science-based, time-tested, and clinically proven. has a high success rate and has worked for people when nothing else has, even if you think that you've tried everything else, there's still hope for you. And the only reason I can share this with you is because I've been through this, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Dailey. I'm best known for helping women with fibromyalgia reduce their pain, increase their energy, and improve clarity of thought. I am a certified functional medicine practitioner, nutritional counselor, doctor of chiropractic, founder of Fibromyalgia University, president of Birmingham Functional Medicine. I have advanced education in functional endocrinology, functional blood chemistry, the brain and neurotransmitter, thyroid function, and rehabilitation. Now, even though I'm now sought after in this area, I want you to know that things didn't start that way. And let me share with you what I mean. My mom suffered from chronic pain and had painfully severe, debilitating migraine headaches to the point that she would miss my sporting events and several really important moments in my life. And those were painful times. But that's where my interest in healing chronic diseases actually started. My grandfather was a cardiologist. He served a group of people that were elderly, and he loved them. My sister is a pediatrician, and quite by accident, when I started practicing, I happened to be around an area that was heavily populated by fibromyalgia sufferers. And really, they became my people and my passion. In the beginning of practice, chiropractic care alone was not getting my fibromyalgia patients better. In fact, some of them got worse. I knew I was missing something. I simply lacked the knowledge to help them. My heart was absolutely broken for them, and I almost gave up. I didn't want to treat these precious people if I didn't see real results. I didn't want to take their money if I wasn't convinced that I could help them. At that point, I made a personal commitment to get the education I needed to help this group of suffering women get the care that they needed and deserved. See, modern medicine had failed them, and it was obvious. I discovered functional medicine. I went back to college, and over time, I found the missing pieces to the fibromyalgia question. Now, on a regular basis, I see women with fibromyalgia recover their health, get their lives back, and pursue the things that are important to them. Now I put this information to use every day, helping women who are suffering with fibromyalgia. So you and I are similar. I'm no superhero, just a regular guy who went through many ups and downs learning the steps to fibromyalgia recovery. So if I can do this, you can recover with my help. Imagine what life looks like when you're pain-free, when you have abundant energy, when you can think clearly again. Fibromyalgia involves multiple body systems, but it's being treated as a single system condition. Therefore, the modern medical approach can't work no matter how hard they try. So, 3 discoveries really gave me insight into fibromyalgia recovery. Discovery 1 is the not-so-well-known meaning of the word syndrome. Believe it or not, this was a real revelation. The word syndrome, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, says a group of signs and symptoms that occur together and are characterized by a particular abnormality or condition. Syndrome, a bunch of symptoms that often occur together. Many different diseases can cause the same syndrome, which is set of symptoms. You have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia syndrome. A syndrome, again, is a set of symptoms. This set of symptoms can have many different causes. Fever and a sore throat, believe it or not, is actually a syndrome. It's very common. It can be caused by diseases as different as bacterial pharyngitis, the flu, or cancer of the larynx. Now, as you can see here, we have 3 completely different diseases that cause the same syndrome. You don't treat cancer like you do bacterial pharyngitis, and you don't treat the flu the way that you treat cancer. So women with fibromyalgia are real people, and I don't have to tell you that. But real women have different backgrounds. They have different medical and genetic and travel histories. They have different predisposing conditions. They have different triggers. They have different complicating factors. So like the layers of an onion, these issues must be discovered and treated. Unfortunately, because the real detective work required takes time, the modern medical approach is designed to simply cover the symptoms. Dorothy, you'll meet here in a few moments, went from doctor to doctor. She had been on multiple medications which only seemed to make her worse. She found me, and with the proper assessment forms and testing, we discovered 2 different autoimmune diseases: irritable bowel syndrome, bacterial dysbiosis, and digestive issues. The cause of her fibromyalgia symptoms were different and unique from other women with the same diagnosis. So not every woman diagnosed with fibromyalgia has the same underlying issues. Again, fibromyalgia syndrome can have many different causes. That is very important. Once thought to be a nerve condition, clinical research has shown fibromyalgia has multiple roots in the gastrointestinal system. Hippocrates was known as the father of modern medicine. He said all disease begins in the gut. 2,500 years later, we see this is true. Oh, you remember the picture of the wheel? Well, the gut is like the hub of a wheel with spokes that go to every system of the body, including the immune system, the thyroid, the adrenals, and the brain. Johns Hopkins made the connection between the gut and the brain. It says this brain in your gut is revolutionizing medicine's understanding of the links between digestion, mood, health, and even the way you think. I have talked to many women with fibromyalgia, and one thing I see in common is always gastrointestinal distress. Dr. Chris Kresser, he made the connection between the thyroid and the immune system and the gastrointestinal system. Biopsychosocial medicine also made the connection between the adrenal hormones, adrenal glands, and irritable bowel syndrome, which is the gastrointestinal system. BMC musculoskeletal disorders made the connection. They said the association between fibromyalgia and irritable bowel syndrome, which is gastrointestinal issues, is well established. I remember Jana, a wife and mother of 3, who was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. As we investigated and dug deeper, we found that she had several serious, undiagnosed gastrointestinal issues, which caused many of the fibromyalgia symptoms. We see here, this is actually a stool sample where we saw pathogenic bacteria. This particular bacteria can cause flu-like symptoms, headache, and confusion. We also noticed dysbiosis, which is bacterial dysbiosis. It's a disproportional amount of bad bacteria to good bacteria. Once cleared up, her symptoms vanished. Discovery 3. 80% of women who have fibromyalgia share 2 common conditions. Can you guess where the entry point of those conditions is? The gastrointestinal system. Very often we see Candida albicans, which is a yeast overgrowth, and multiple food sensitivities combined. Living Smarter made the connection between Candida and fibromyalgia. It says Candida weakens the immune system and puts an extra burden on all organs, especially the liver and the digestive tract. Also, Red Orbit made the connection between Candida and fibromyalgia. They say there's a clear link between frequent yeast infections and fibromyalgia. The Environmental Illness Resource also said it appears that chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia may also be connected to yeast overgrowth. It makes me think of Julie, a mother of 2 who was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. She went from doctor to doctor year after year without results. She had been on multiple medications that simply didn't help. On further examination, we found that she had Candida albicans, which is the yeast overgrowth, as well as several hidden food sensitivities. Here you're looking at her yeast test, which is done by a blood sample, but it's just several drops of blood, so it's real easy to do. Here we see overgrowth of yeast and Candida. Here we're looking at, you'll notice Candida albicans where the red arrows are, and then sensitivity to yeast, and then other food sensitivities. Notice Candida as well as multiple food sensitivities, both of which can cause system-wide inflammation, joint and muscle pain, as well as fatigue and brain fog. Does that sound familiar? The Fibro Freedom Formula is the key to getting free from pain, increasing energy, and clarity of thought. It's divided into 3 simple steps: discovery, treatment, and maintenance. Discovery is where we unpeel the layers of the onion I spoke about earlier. We do this with a thorough health history, metabolic assessment forms, and state-of-the-art laboratory testing. Discovery includes a thorough health history, which includes past and current medical conditions, family genetic history, travel history, current symptoms, review, and evaluation. The metabolic assessment forms include yeast assessment, adrenal evaluation, gallbladder function, thyroid analysis, and toxicity assessment. See, this gives us a clear direction for our advanced testing options. Advanced testing may include food sensitivity tests, Candida test, stool analysis, toxicity testing, organic acid test, and autoimmunity antibody testing. Now, not all tests are done on every patient. Test kits are sent to your home and mailed directly to the lab. Discovery is where the root cause of your fibromyalgia is determined. Discovery sets us up for an effective, successful, and very precise treatment protocol that works every time. Treatment. Once you determine the root cause of your fibromyalgia, treatment is really straightforward and normally takes between 30 to 60 days. Treatment is always a combination of dietary and lifestyle changes along with targeted, powerful pharmaceutical-grade supplements. All treatment is based on discovery findings. Once we've gone through our discovery process and treatment protocols, we will establish a maintenance program that will keep you well for life. An effective maintenance program will include dietary, lifestyle, and supplement recommendations in order to maintain health, energy, and clarity of thought. So let me introduce you to 2 of my patients that took part in this simple 3-step Fibro Freedom Formula.
Well, why did you seek me out anyway? How did that happen?
I had come to the end of the road with the previous doctor. There was no progress in over a year, and I got the if there's anything else speech, and so I was very frustrated, very dissatisfied. He started focusing on cholesterol, and that was it. There was no more talk of my digestive system, my energy, my sleep. And I knew through researching on the internet, being a part of health seminars and webinars and different things, I knew there was more.
And then what did we do that was different from the previous physician?
Number one, the different testing, not relying on traditional blood testing. The intensive questions for the metabolic assessment, and getting a deeper understanding of me, of my symptoms, of what was wrong, and for several years felt like I had been treated like I was 3 different people for the 3 different systems that I was having issues with, and I'm one whole person, and so to be treated as such.
Percentage-wise, if you're doing everything properly, how much better do you feel?
I feel 100% better.
The simple 3-step process led to complete recovery for Janelle.
Tell me why you came to see me. What was your diagnosis before you came in?
I had lupus, fibromyalgia, IBS, Raynaud's, and depression.
Okay. And had you been to other places before?
I'd been to other doctors,
Okay.
and they just kept giving me pills, which
Weren't helping you
no,
much.
and just making other things worse.
Okay. We did some lab testing. Well, we talked to you. We got your
Right.
history. We did a thorough history. We did a timeline. We looked at things that might affect you. And then we did a metabolic assessment form, which basically was a series of questions that break down into different body organs, for instance, or systems where your symptoms are. And we decided on a course of action, starting with testing, right?
Right.
Had you ever had any of that testing done before?
No.
Okay. How are you feeling today opposed to the way you were the day you walked in here?
Well, I'd have to say 85 to 90% better. I'm not nearly as tired. I've got more energy. Aches and pains are going away. Raynaud's has decreased. Not having so much trouble with my stomach. I'm doing pretty good.
Okay. Now, if someone manages to watch this video that has, because this is not new for you. You didn't just get sick. This has been something you've dealt with for decades.
Decades, yes.
I mean, decades. So within just 3 months, we've been able, with all natural care, to turn your symptoms around to the point that you're saying, well, somewhere 80, 85, 90% better. That's pretty amazing. But if someone is watching this that's frustrated, that's been to many doctors and gotten no relief, would you recommend that they at least look into this type of treatment?
Oh, absolutely, because I have found that other doctors I went to, they never did any testing, which is, well, I think this is it, here's a pill. And we never got to the root of it. And getting to the root of it, finding out what I shouldn't be eating and not eating it, it's made all the world difference.
Yes.
The simple 3-step process led to 90% recovery for Dorothy in less than 90 days. And for you who are struggling with fibromyalgia, you know that is a big deal. These are real people who suffered much like you with fibromyalgia. You're here because you're committed to fibromyalgia recovery. And if you're anything like me, you put a high value on your time. And you've probably enjoyed success in other areas of your life by focusing on things that get you results. You know fibromyalgia is a multi-system breakdown that has its roots in the gut. I've shown you how I help women with fibromyalgia reduce pain, increase energy, and sharpen their mental clarity. You've also seen that the old way of doing things simply doesn't work. That the best way forward is by using functional medicine and the 3-step Fibro Freedom formula. Because it's proven to give people just like you the results they want. You can do this. We can do this together. Just imagine how great it will feel when you finally no longer have to struggle with chronic pain, fatigue, and brain fog, doctors that don't understand, and medications that don't work, physical and mental limitations, and the way people perceive you. Feel how good it feels when you're free from pain, have more energy and clarity of thought. And if you'd like me to help you do this, I would be delighted. Because there's one thing I know for sure. Doing this alone isn't easy. Here's why. You don't have a proven time-tested plan. You can't see your own blind spots. And you can't keep doing the same thing again and again and expect different results. The what and the who. I've noticed that there are 2 types of people. The struggler figures out what he or she wants and then asks, how can I do this? They spend years trying to crack the code, but it sadly rarely happens. Then there's the smart person who actually succeeds because they figure out what they want and then ask, who can help me achieve this? They find a mentor, a coach, someone who's already paved the path, someone who can help them get the results so much faster than they could ever do on their own. So really, you have to ask yourself, which type of person are you? Let me explain. If you had a leak in your roof, would you figure out how to fix it? If you did, that would likely involve you going to Home Depot, buying some shingles, climbing up on the roof of your house with little idea of what you're doing, and somehow fix your roof. No sane person would do that unless, of course, you like DIY work and are super handy around the house. Unfortunately, I'm not. But this type of thinking really holds people back in life because they try to do it themselves, their way, to better health, all to save a few bucks. And although it may eventually happen, the road is filled with mistakes, lost time, tons of frustration, and eventually a lot of money down the drain. Money is cheap. Time is expensive. So successful women with fibromyalgia who recover don't waste time trying to figure things out on their own. They look for their who, which is the expert, who will lead them to the results they want. They ask, who can help me fix this problem? That's a smarter question to ask, isn't it? And you are just a phone call away from the help you need. So here's exactly how I can help you. Fibro Freedom Formula. My team and I have set aside a few slots on my calendar to speak with you personally, absolutely free, about how you can apply these strategies right away and start getting results. On this free fibromyalgia assessment call, we'll put together a specific plan for your situation to help you get free from fibromyalgia, reduce your pain, increase your energy, and remove brain fog, just like Dorothy and Janelle. So if you want to be free of pain, if you want more energy and mental clarity, and if you want to do it all without fear and confusion, then this is for you. Here's exactly how we'll do this together. First, we'll uncover your fibromyalgia blind spot. It's the number one reason why you're stuck, and it's probably not what you think. Then we'll customize a plan that will get you unstuck and give you the results you're looking for. And finally, we'll determine if it makes sense for us to work together more closely. Why am I offering this free call? Well, normally I charge hundreds of dollars for an hour of my time, but the reason I offer this free call is because I believe it's the only true way to start a relationship on the right foot. The other reason I offer this call for free is because I know a good percentage of people I speak with will want to work with me so they can meet their goals in the fastest amount of time possible. And if you find the plan I put together helpful for you and you want to work together thereafter, then I can tell you more about our Fibromyalgia Heroes program. It's not cheap, but it's also not overly expensive. And it's certainly a lot less than trying to do things on your own and continuing to struggle. And if you're not a good fit, there's no hard feelings and we can part as friends. But before we go any further, you need to know that I can't help everyone. And the last thing I want to do is waste your time if you're not the type of person who will see real results. This is not for you if you're a smoker, if you're content with the path you're on, or if you're not ready for real change. This program is not for you if you're depending on Medicare or Medicaid or your private health insurance to pay the expenses. The laboratory testing that we do is vital to your success, searching for hidden triggers and underlying causes. The protocol we use works. It does, however, require an investment. This is for you if you're a woman, if you've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, if you're seriously motivated to recover your health, if you're willing to follow directions, and if you put a high value on your health. Now, if you meet these criteria, you have what it takes to get results, just like Dorothy and Janelle and many others that I've worked with over the course of time. Here's what to do next. Go to talktodrd.com. So if you want to See what's been causing your pain, fatigue, and brain fog. Get a customized plan to reduce your fibro flares, increase your energy and mental clarity, and see if working together will get you even better results. Then this is for you. Simply go to talktodrd.com. Now, time is of the essence. So you really have two choices now. You can continue doing what you've always done, and sadly, you'll likely get the same results. Or we can jump on the phone call and put together a winning game plan that will set you up for success. You've watched this entire training. You want to be free from pain, have more energy, and greater clarity of thought. And you know you're simply not getting the results that you want on your own. So take advantage of this opportunity now. Simply click the link below or go to talktodrd.com and let's do this together. Thank you so very much for your time and your attention. I look forward to speaking to you in the very near future.